control over their situation. We can't keep ignoring these people. We need to support the DREAM Act and make dreams reality. Thank you.
Now we have questions for Audrey, the panel first, and then we'll open it up.
Who helped you with the process of creating the scholarship?
Well, she was kind of my mentor, but not officially. I just called her and emailed her whenever I needed help. Her name was Giovanna Riccardi, and she is the director of the Maynard Education Foundation. And so I had a lot of help through that. And I also had a mentor who was actually a UT marketing professor, but I realized that it wasn't really about business side of it, because it was easy just like trying to force and hustle these bracelets. It was more of like the logistics of the scholarship, and also the political aspect as well became hard.
You told us like about Sylvia, but you didn't. I don't think you explained like how you met her.
Oh yeah, well I met Sylvia at the University Leadership Initiative meeting, which again is a group at UT that advocates for the DREAM Act, and she was sitting like right next to me, and we started talking, and I told her my name and where I went to school, and she was like, "Whoa, I used to go to Maynard High School," so that's how we met. That's how me and Sylvia met.
Yeah, it's a really impressive initiative. I guess, what was the process like with actually ordering bracelets and getting them shipped? Was that complicated, or is that one of the easier aspects of the whole project?
Well, actually, that was still complicated. So I ordered the bracelets, and then I ordered them through an online company, but then they told me that they would ship like within 7 days. So I was like, okay, I'll have them right now, and then I'll get right to work. But it actually took like half a month, and I had to pester them, call them, and see like, where are my bracelets? I paid like $360 something for them. I need them now. And so it was kind of difficult, just like going through customer service and getting them in my hands, because they have like some hidden text.
Do you anticipate doing something like this again, launching another scholarship fund? Or?
Oh yeah, well actually my plan is, because I'm going to UT next year, I want to keep on doing this until like maybe I die or something. I don't know. Until the DREAM Act is passed. Hopefully it's passed.
That was great. I really liked how you did something so proactive. That's really neat. But so I had a question related to that, to ongoing it. Have you thought about setting it up in a way that it sort of continues itself? Or there's different strategies, I guess, you can do for that.
I guess my best bet would be working with Austin Community Foundation, because they work with a lot of those cases and hold a lot of scholarships. But as of right now, I haven't really thought that through, because Austin Community Foundation, like, they charge fees, and so if you're like a one-time like scholarship, then you have like a certain fee. But if you like are a scholarship that's like non-stop, then you know your fee is lower, but like you have to commit to like 20-something years or something like that. And I'm not sure if I'm in that position as a college student to maybe have that time. So I haven't really worked that out yet, but that is my goal, to continue this until it's passed.
I have another question. I was also curious about that. You mentioned that you encountered political challenges, one being that with storing the money through Maynard. Were there other related political challenges?
It was just mostly that, like, some organizations didn't want to be affiliated with me because of the political aspect, but like I said, it doesn't really, I feel that it doesn't really matter what your stance is on illegal immigration. This is not a issue about illegal immigration, it's about doing what's right.
And open it up to the whole room now.
Mr. Martin?
So I was just thinking through the whole presentation that my second day at Texas Tech, I had my social security number memorized because everyone asked it for me. So what is the undocumented students who want to go to college, how do they get into college without a social security number, and then what's the process that they have to do?
Technically, you don't need a scholarship. I mean, Social Security. It's just harder to like match things and information. Like it's easier for them to just put in your Social Security number and then you're like automatically there, but you can go without a Social Security. And unfortunately, a lot of times they use fake Social Security numbers.
So is that, I mean, so would they either have to say every time I don't have a social or just make one up?
No, usually you have, well, from my short experiences with college, like it's usually more of my like ID, my college ID, like my UT ID.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't really asked me, like, they usually ask me if I want to, like, my Social Security number, and then you could tell them no. It's just like Texas schools here, like you don't have to give them Social Security numbers.
What process did you go through to attain the initial $300 with those sponsors?
Well, a common term that I actually coined was stalking. It was a lot of stalking, a lot of calling them, a lot of emails, a lot of follow-ups, and then picking up your check. Yeah, you just basically call them and tell them what you're doing, and then usually like they want to make sure that I'm not like going to steal the money and run away with it. So like I usually give them like Miss Perry and Miss Bailey's contact information just to like make sure that I'm a high school student and that's actually what I'm doing. But yeah, there's just one word, it's just stalking. Mr. B? Oh, Kelly?
Okay, I was wondering if you continue this and you do it again next year and the year after that, would you keep it just for Manor ISD undocumented students, or would you extend it out if you could?
I want to keep it in Manor ISD just because I feel connected to Manor ISD, and I feel like I don't know, these are like the kids that I grew up with, and I see a lot of like people here that are struggling, but I would like expand my my audience and like sell them at UT and hustle them there. Mr. B?
Have you, you mentioned that you would like to maintain this and continue it. Have you spoken to underclassmen or underclass, like for instance, in the humanities department, those teachers who are going to be pretty much locked in teaching those kids every year? Have you considered talking to them as far as a way to maintain this, even expand your total amount that you can give as a scholarship? Like
through selling the bracelets, or like?
Just maintaining it. So like have you talked to, say, underclassmen about like, well, at this time next year you need to be prepared to start hustling?
Oh, no, I haven't, but I used Key Club as kind of like a method of selling. So I know that Melanie Leva is now the president, and we're friends, so, and I'm sure I mean, I don't want to be blunt, but like, I'm sure she'll be happy to sell them for me if I asked her.
Anyone else?
Zoe?
How many bracelets have you sold?
As of right now, it's a little less than 100 I have right now. So like 200 and maybe 20. I still haven't counted today.
You sold 220?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a little confused about how you started the whole I just created a scholarship thing. Like, how did you like kick that off? Like, I want to start a scholarship. Here's my form. Here's this. Now let's make it legit. How did you make it legit?
Well, yeah, that was kind of like when I first wanted, like, I told myself that I wanted to create a scholarship. I was like, whoa. Why don't you just make something else? Why do you have to do a scholarship? But I mean, it was basically through talking to people and researching a lot about scholarships. And Giovanna Riccardi, the MUF director, helped out greatly. So I kind of asked her, like if I was going one direction, she'd be like, you can't do that. And so it was kind of like, yeah. Okay. It's mostly her.
That sweetens my lemonade.
Okay, I think we're good. Congratulations, Audrey.